Hello, welcome. In the following video, I will try to explain how to record cinematic videos in Flight Simulator 2020.
Okay, welcome everybody on my little video. I've been posting a lot of replays last weeks, last months on social media, and very often I get the questions, how do you make those cinematic replays, flyby views, etc. I will try to explain to you in a short video how I do this. First of all, my apologies if my English is not so very good because my native language is Dutch. So I will try to explain in English for everybody to understand. What you need is Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course, and one additional payware program with the name Flight Control Replay. It's a small program that records your flight from the moment you want to record it. You can record a whole flight, you can record the departure only or the landing only. It's all up to you what you want to record. Keep in mind that the files that are created by Flight Control Replay are not suitable for sharing on social media. This means that if you have recorded a landing, for example, you will have to position your camera in the way you want it to be positioned to make a beautiful capture of the landing, and you will have to record this recording with another program like for example NVIDIA GeForce Experience. The Flight Control Replay program only records variables about the position of the airplane and the position of the switches, the position of the flaps, the position of the gear, positions of the speed brakes, and so on. So it doesn't record, how shall I explain, it doesn't record the screen itself. It has some advantages because when you play the file again with Flight Control Replay, you can adjust the weather, you can adjust the time, you can adjust the traffic, you can add artificial traffic, which is not possible if you record your screen, of course. So first of all, I'm gonna make a very quick demonstration about Flight Control Replay. I'm gonna take the program, it's on my second screen, here it is. I only use a record button, and one thing I want to advise is you set the default path for recording to a second SSD drive if you have one, because when you're flying, the most people will have their flight simulator installed on the C drive, and if you're recording your flight, then at default I think it will record also on the C drive, and I don't want the drive to be used by other programs while flying. So the replays are recorded on a second SSD drive on my system. In the video tab I have set 60 frames per second and quality at 100. Okay, that's all I've changed on the settings. First of all, of course, if you're gonna depart, you don't forget to press the record button and you will see that recording appears on the screen. I'm gonna slide this, we don't need this for the moment, so it's recording, I'm gonna slide it to my second screen. Okay, I have not set up anything in the airplane, I have not filed a flight plan, I have not programmed a flight plan in the flight management computer, because this is only going to be a very quick demonstration about mainly auto-tracking your plane during the replay, because that makes wonderful cinematic scenes. Okay, so we're going to take off here. We are at Brussels airport. It's a payware airport from JustSim, beautiful Brussels. I have set flaps to 2, spoilers arm, takeoff configuration test we still have to do. There will be sounding some alarms because I haven't programmed anything. I'm just gonna take off. I normally never do this. I always start cold and dark at the gate, but for this video I made an exception. So let's go. Recording is running, and there we go. Runway 25 right. I didn't look at the winds either, so let's hope everything goes well. We have no passengers, so the plane is very light for the moment. Here we go. I'm gonna keep the landing gear down because we're gonna make a steep turn to the right. I have set my airspeed to 150 knots. And we're gonna make a sharp turn and go back to where we left. Runway 25 right for the landing. So don't look at the warnings and everything, because it's just a quick demonstration. So flight control replay can be used during the flight whenever you want to. I have recorded whole flights from departure to arrival. I have recorded only landings. I record every landing to analyze my landing and to see where are the points I have to improve. So it's very handy to record the landings. Okay. Put the auto brakes on low. I think we can turn 700 feet. Okay. Let's turn towards runway 25 right and make that landing. Flight management computer is still thinking I'm going for a takeoff. Okay, we're gonna turn right now towards the runway. Everything is being recorded by flight control replay. Gonna move flaps 3. We have runway 25 right inside. Okay, flaps 4, and we're gonna lower the speed to 140 knots. Okay. A little bit too high for the moment. That's better. Okay, we have a crosswind from left to right. So I hope I can make a good landing here, just for demonstration purposes.
One 100. 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
There we go. Now we're gonna leave the runway about here and come to a full stop. Okay, so let's imagine this was our whole flight from beginning to the end. Just put the parking brake on. So we're gonna take our program, flight control replay, and you see it is still recording. The only thing I've done is push the record button and I did my flight, so I'm gonna stop it now by pushing the stop button. Okay. The only thing we have to do now to look at our flight is load, and in my settings the last file is on top, so I tick the top file and I open. Now it's loaded. If I push the play button, the plane will go back to the moment I started the replay. So let's push play. Here we are. I'm gonna pause this because now there is a very important thing and few people know about it, and it is an Autotrack function which is available in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It has nothing to do with flight control replay. As I told you before, I only use the record button of flight control replay, and all the rest is done by Microsoft Flight Simulator itself. So what I'm gonna show you now is I'm gonna just move this a little bit in the corner. My advice to control the drone cam of Microsoft Flight Simulator is use an Xbox controller. If you have one, use it from your Xbox, connect it wired to your PC, and it's much easier to move your drone camera. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take that drone camera. It's in Dutch, so we take the drone camera, and now you see I can move with my Xbox controller. I can move my camera anywhere I want. I can go up, I can go down, I can pan left, I can pan right, I can go left, right, forward, backwards, and I can place my camera wherever I want. Now to auto-track my airplane, I want you to position the drone camera next to the airplane. It doesn't matter which side, but move it next to the airplane, about like this and a little bit closer. Okay? Maybe a little bit higher. Okay. And I want you to focus the camera on this part where I'm drawing my mouse pointer, on this part of the airplane. Okay? So I can move a little bit to the left maybe, like this. And with the plus and minus of your keyboard, your numeric keyboard, you can zoom in on these parts. Okay? A little bit like this. Just zoom in. Okay. Next thing I want you to do is the follow mode of the drone. You put it off, and the lock mode of the drone, you put it on. That's all you have to do. Make sure that those two speeds are high. Okay? Now, when you have done this, if I move my drone camera backwards, my plane is right in the center of my screen. If I use my left stick of my Xbox controller and I push it to the left, my plane will stay in the middle of my screen. If I go up, my plane will stay in the middle. Down, right, forward, backwards, combination, my plane will stay in the middle of my screen. Okay? So this is drone lock mode. With this function, in combination with flight control replay, you can make beautiful replays. Okay? So I'm going to position my drone cam next to the aiming point on the runway, about here. The reason you have to put the speed so high is if you're close to where the plane passes and it moves very near to you, the camera, the drone camera, will follow the airplane, and the speeds must be set high enough to turn quickly when it passes. Okay, you understand? If the speeds are too slow, the camera is not able to follow the plane at close distance. It doesn't matter if you are a little bit further away, then the speed of the camera turning will be slower, and then these two speeds can be slower also. But if you're close by, like this, put it high enough. Okay, I'm gonna take my replay program again. If you want to go fast forward, you have to put it on pause. Okay, now it's on pause now, so I can move my slider. You see, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put it about there. If I push play now, you will see I'm not moving my camera. I'm not touching anything. I'm just gonna push play. Okay, the only thing I'm going to do right now is push plus to zoom in. It's not right in the center for the moment, but you can always adjust the camera again. So let me show you what I did. I'm going to put the airplane back. Okay, like this. I'm going to open this. If it's not the way you want it, if it's not really in the middle, then just do it again. Okay, this one off, this one on. Try to reposition. If it's too fast, you move the sliders down for a second. Okay. And then again, this one off, this one on. Sliders high enough. And let's try it again. Takes some practice in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it doesn't have to be right in the middle if you're not zooming in too far. So this one is nice also. You see? Doesn't have to be perfect all the time. But as you can see, it makes beautiful replays with the Autotrack function of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, so if you now fast forward, you will see that I did a little tour and landed on runway 25 right again. Maybe a little bit faster. Okay, if you zoom in now, we can see the airplane coming in for the landing. There is still a some small problems with the spoiler. If you see the wings, the left wing spoiler is up sometimes, it's a problem with flight control replay. There is a workaround. The workaround for this airplane, for the Phoenix, is if you are in flight and you're about to land, maybe 5 miles before you land, reset the Phoenix app during the replay, not during your flight, and the spoilers will behave normal in the replay. Okay. So you can put your camera, once it's locked, you can put your camera basically anywhere you want. Okay, it will always track the plane. So I'm gonna position it now over here. Okay, and play. Zoom in with plus. And again, I'm not doing anything to my camera. It's tracking the airplane all by itself. Okay. There we go. So once again, if you're not happy, sometimes it works from the first time. Sometimes I need to do it a couple of times. So put this one on, put this one on. Try to position your camera about approximately, it's difficult to tell. Maybe somewhere over here. Okay. This one off. This one on, this one off. Okay. And the slider back. Once you got it all set, you can take your time to make some beautiful replays. Take a look, it's better now. No, not better. Well, maybe it's okay now. I'm gonna put my camera over here. Very close. It's okay now. Of course, the more you zoom in, the more precise your camera aiming point must be. If you're not too close, then it will work from the first time. Okay, that's all, guys. I hope you did understand a little bit what I'm trying to say. Bye-bye.